From this session onward, we will be moving to a more advanced level. A role is normally used at the planning stage of a project and represents a skill or position. Later, and before the activity begins, a role would be filled by assigning a specific individual who would be defined as a resource. Roles may be assigned to both resources and activities. A search by role may be conducted on all the resources when it is required to replace an activity-assigned role with an individual from the resource pool. Primavera allows rates to be assigned to roles. To demonstrate the role feature, let's create a sample role and assign it to an activity. First, open a project and go to the Activities window. Then navigate to Enterprise Roles. By default, the view may be filtered to display only the current role hierarchy. To display all existing roles in the database, click Filter and remove the filter. Now, let's create a new role. Select the appropriate parent role and click Add. Roles can be organized in a hierarchical breakdown structure according to your organization's requirements. You can sort the list in ascending or descending order based on your preference. Now let's enter the following details. Role ID as 001 and role name as Design Engineer. You may also use a more specific requirement for the title such as role responsibility, description, job profile depending on your requirements. Click Modify and enter a description such as responsible for engineering design activities and design coordination. Next, review the Resources tab. Since we have only created a role and have not yet created any resources particular for our sessions, therefore no resources will be assigned at this stage. Now let's look at the Rate section. Primavera P6 provides 5 rate fields, Rate 1 to Rate 5. These rate fields can be renamed to suit your organization's standards. In this example, they have been renamed as Standard Rate, Internal Rate, External Rate. For demonstration purposes, assign the following values. Standard Rate as $10 per hour, Internal Rate as $8 per hour. External Rate as $20 per hour. These rates can later be used for cost calculations and resource planning. Next, open the Codes tab. Role codes are used to categorize and organize roles, making them easier to filter, group, and report. We will cover role codes in a dedicated session. Finally, remember that roles can be assigned directly to activities as well as to resources. This allows planners to allocate work based on job functions before assigning specific personnel, making resource planning more flexible during the early stages of project scheduling. Now, let's select an activity to demonstrate how roles and costs work. We will use the engineering design activity as an example. Before proceeding, you may remove any unnecessary columns from the activities window to keep the layout clean and make it easier to work with. Next, open the Resources tab in the bottom layout and click Add Role. Select the role that we created earlier, Design Engineer, and assign it to the activity. Now, let's display the budgeted cost column. Right-click in the Activity window and Resources section, choose Columns, and add budgeted cost. Assume the design engineer has a standard rate of $10 per hour. If the activity duration is 10 working days, with 8 working hours per day, the total planned effort is 10 days times 8 hours per day equals 80 hours times $10 per hour equal $800. Therefore, the budgeted cost for this engineering design activity is $800. This represents the planned cost for completing the assigned work.